Hello everyone, welcome you all. In my previous video, I have shown you how to use contains and not contains assertions in SoapUI. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to use XPath Match assertion. So before using XPath Match assertion, let us understand what is an XPath. So basically XPath is a query language for selecting nodes from an XML document, and XPath can also use it to compute values from the content of an XML document. So what does that mean is XPath is basically a statement or query language by which we can select the nodes or we can extract the data from the XML file or XML document. And we can also use XPath to find something is present in the XML document. That means we can compute the values are present in the XML document. So if you know how to write the XPath, then we can easily use XPath match assertion in SoapUI. Now I'll show you some basic example how we can write our own XPath and how we can capture the data from XML, and then we will discuss about XPath assertion. So to demonstrate what is an XPath, I'm just going to take one sample.xml file. I already have sample.xml file which I'm opening in my browser. And if you look at this is a XML document or XML file which contains some of the nodes and some of the data. So what is node here? Node is nothing but a tag. You can see here XML body is one node, emp data is another node, emp name, first name, last name, emp number. So these are all called as a nodes, nodes, nodes. So to extract the data from this XML, we have to write a XPath. So by using XPath, we can extract the data from the nodes. So for that, what I can show you is there is a small tool we have, xpath.com, xpather.com, and we can use this website to practice our XPath on XML file. So here we need to just paste our XML file or XML code, and here we can just write an XPath which will give you the data in the next screen. So whatever XML I have, let me just copy my XML data or XML in this particular window like this. So this is my XML. So now I got a XML here. So from this XML file, I just want to extract some data by writing XPath here. So how to write an XPath? So for example, I want to capture the first name of first EMP record. So if I see here, XML body starting node and this is an ending node. Here it is an ending node. And if I just look at here, this is starting and this is an ending node. And this is a starting ending node. This is one record, EMP data, and this is another record. So totally there are two records we have in XML body. So EMP data again contains EMP name, first name, last name. EMP name is one node, EMP number, EMP sal. This is the first record. And again, this is second record, EMP name, EMP number, EMP sal. Right, so now let us write some of the XPaths by which we can extract the data from the XML file. So now what I can show you is I can just write a simple XPath here. So XPath is always start with the //. And here when I say EMP data, now what it is returning, basically there are two elements found. That means with this particular node or with this particular tag, there are two records available. So those two records are returned here. Now in the EMP data, I want to extract the first name of the first EMP or first employee first name I want to retrieve. So for that, what you can do is EMP data, inside this, there is an EMP name. When I say EMP name, so EMP data is my tag node, and inside this EMP name I mentioned. So what this is returning, it is returning two elements or two values. Why it is returning two values? Because there are two EMP data nodes are available, and inside EMP data again there are two EMP name nodes are there. So this is the one, this is the one. So totally two records are retrieved, and this is basically EMP name, and this is EMP name. But I want to extract exact EMP name of the first record, right? So for that, what I can do is here I can specify the index number. When I say 1 here, then it will directly go to the first EMP data record. So this is basically index. So there are two EMP data nodes are available. So I want to go to the first EMP data node. I can say index / and from the first EMP data node, I'm extracting EMP name. So this will give you mark. Similarly, I want to extract the first name from the EMP name node. So EMP name / I can simply say first name, and this will give you first name. So EMP name, EMP data, inside this EMP name, first name is available. So EMP data of 1, emp name inside this first name. NAME. Let me write correctly, emp name. So this will give you mark, right? Or inside this slash first name. I think this is not giving any record. Let us try like this. I think first name is also part of emp data, emp name. Let's try this like this. So let's say first name. Yeah. So the first name tag is present inside the emp data, not inside the emp name. Okay. So that's the reason. So emp data of 1, we have go to first node, and from this we are extracting the first name. And similarly, I can also extract the last name. I'll say last name. So this will extract the last name. And similarly, suppose I want to get emp sal of the emp2 record. So second emp record, from the second emp record, I want to extract the emp sal. So for that, what I can do is, when I say emp data, which will give you 2 records. So I need to go to the second emp data record. So I can simply say 2. So now it is returning the data of the second emp record. From this, I want to extract emp sal. So we can say slash emp sal. So now it is exactly returning the data. So this is how we can just use XPath to capture the specific node or data from the XML file or XML document. So these are few basic examples. And to understand this better, or to know details about XPath, I can just share a small URL. You guys can practice from them. So there is an application we have. There is a website, w3schools.com. So here they have given the detailed information about XPath, what is an XPath, how to capture the node, what are the different XPath functions are available, XPath operations, examples, all those things you can practice by seeing this website. All right, so now here we will use this XPath to add XPath match assertion in SoapUI. Okay, so now let us go to our SoapUI. So here in my previous video, I have shown you how to import this football soap project, and this is basically soap service project, and which contains a football test suite which is already created, and which contains first test case, which is all player names test case, and inside this there is all player names one step we have. All right, so here this is one step which is having in my test case. So when I run this request, which will give you response of all the countries. So when I run this my request, and it will give you a response. So these are all different countries I got in my response. So here I want to validate the data in my XML file by using XPath Match assertions. So now we'll see how we can add XPath Match assertions in my XML response. So for that, what we have to do is we should go to assertions. So first of all, let me show you what are all things we can verify. So let me just show you. So in my response here, I want to just verify. So for example, there are so many nodes are there. If I just look at here, all player names response, all player names result, and here this is one record from here to here. And here player name is a one tag which contains ID, name, country flag. And this tag is closed here. This is one record. And here to here, this is another record. And this is a third record and fourth record. So there are so many n number of records we have in this response. So what I want to validate here is from the first record, I want to verify the ID value is 1488 from the first record. So the ID is there for every record. If I just look at here, this is the first record ID, and the second record ID is 1282, and the third record ID is 469. So every record contains the ID node. But I want to verify the ID of the first node in the XML. So how we can verify this? So we need to add XPath Match assertion. So we need to exactly verify exact place in the first record of player names, and here the ID should be present here. That ID should be equal to 1488. So now I'll show you how we can add XPath Match assertion to validate this data exactly in the first record ID. So for that, what we have to do is we need to write an XPath. So let me just try to write an XPath here. So how to write an XPath for this? So here, let us start with the // and all player names response. And basically this particular record is present inside this main node. So this is all player name response, right? So we can just copy this and paste over here. So all player names response, right? So slash all player name result. This is a sub tag or sub node slash inside this tPlayerName. Okay, so again, there are so many records are there. In this tPlayerName is one node, second node, and third node. If I write XPath till here, which will match with multiple tPlayerNames nodes. So I want to extract, I need to just exactly go to the first record. So I can pass index value by 1 here. Slash inside this, I have an ID I want to validate. So ID, the tag name is m:(i:id. m:(i:id. So m:(i:) ID. This is the ID. All right. So if I just look at here, every tag name m:) is there. So that is basically called as a namespace. So we should also specify that. So just say m:, all player names, and say m:, all player name results, and m:, tPlayerNames, and m:, iid. So this is a whole XPath which you have written, which will exactly extract the data which is there in ID node from the first record. All right. So now I'm going to use this XPath to add XPath match assertion. Now how to add? So go to assertions, click on the assertions. Now here I'm just clicking on plus button. We can add multiple assertions for one response. So previously I have added contains and not contains assertions. Now I'm adding XPath assertion. Now click on this plus. Now here from the property content, you can just select XPath match. So here you can say XPath match. So click on add. Now here, whatever XPath we have captured, we need to paste over here. And before that, we need to add a namespace. So when you click on the declare button here, which will by default add a namespace. And this namespace is representing with M, and which is captured from XML itself. So M is a namespace which is captured XML itself. Now here we have to pass the XPath. So this is XPath which I have passed. So when I pass this XPath, what exactly it is returning, if you want to know that, we need to just click on the select from current, which will give you the value. So when I click on select from current, which will give you this value. So this XPath is perfectly correct. So exact value we are capturing. And if both are equal or not, we can just click on the test. If I click on the test, and it will check whether in this XPath exactly 1488 is present or not. So this is success. And then you can close this window. Now I'm adding XPath match assertion. Just you can click on save. And as soon as I have done save, XPath match assertion is added to the response. Okay. Now when I run the test case once again, just go to the test case level. And now I'm just running my test case. You can close this. Now I can run my test case. So two assertions I have added. One is not contains assertion. The other one is XPath assertion. So both have got passed. So this is how we can add XPath assertion to the response. So now we'll see a few more examples. So in the first example here, I have verified the ID of the first record. So in this XPath, I verified the ID of the first record, which is returning 1488. Now I'll show you one more XPath. So what I want to do is in my response, I just want to verify the name also. Just like ID, I want to verify the name. In my first record of XML file, the name of the team player should be RN Cresswell. So this is the name of the team player I want to verify by using XPath match assertion. So now we'll see how we can write this exception, how we can write this assertion. So at the same assertion, same XPath, again, we have to start with all player names response, all player names result, tPlayerName of 1, because there are multiple player names we have. And inside this, m:, sName. So this is a node we have to write. So same XPath. The only change is we need to change the last node. So what is this is the node m:, sName. That's it. So let us try to use this XPath. Now go to the SoapUI, and now I'm adding another assertion. So we already added XPath match, and I'm adding one more assertion. So same XPath match assertion. We can add any number of assertions. Click on add. So by default, it will give some name. Okay. Now here, just click on declare. It will add namespace and then add your assertion. So once you added your assertion, and check it here, what this exactly assertion will return. So when I click on select from current, and it is saying invalid path expression means something went wrong. So let us cross check here. So m colon all player names response, and from this all player name result, and m colon t player name of one. Okay, t player name of one, and m colon sName, sName. Okay, all right, let us check once again. Yeah, so once you click on this select from current, so now it gives you exact value. So perfectly fine. So when I click on the test, which will again verify, and it is successful. In this particular XPath, the exact value is present. So now we can add this assertion. So click on the save. Now I have added one more XPath match assertion to the response. So this is again turn into green, so that XPath match assertion is valid. Right. So now again, let us try to execute my test case. So go to the test case level, and then I'm executing. So now all assertions are got passed. Perfectly fine. So this is how we can add XPath assertion. Now I'll show you one more assertion. So again, go to the steps, and this time I want to verify, for example, I want to verify how many name tags are present. So for example, this is one record, this is another record. There are multiple records are there. In every record, there is sName node is available. In every record, sName node is available. So I want to find out how many sName nodes are available or sName tags are present in my XML response. So I'm expecting some number of nodes, and that expectation is exactly the equal or not, or same or not, I need to verify. So how to count sName tags present in my XML response? Count sName tags presence in my XML file. So how we can verify this? How to count sName tags in my presence in my XML response? So for that, what we can do is we need to use XPath functions. So what I can do is just go to assertions again, add one more XPath match assertion, XPath match, add. Okay, now here declare, and here I'm writing in XPath. Observe this. There is a function called count, and here we have to specify exact tag name. So let's say / m colon I'll say sName. So this particular tag I want to verify how many number of times it is repeated in my XML response. So / m colon sName. So this will give you all the sNames in the XML format. So how many times it is repeated? So that will give by the count function, right? So now if I just click on select from current, which will give you 23228 times, 2328 times it is repeated. So those many sNames are present in my XML response. So you can just add this assertion. And if you want to change this value, you can also change as per your expectation. So now I have added another XPath match exception. If you just want to modify this, you can just right click, configure, and you can change the value. So let me change, just say 2321. As soon as I 2321, click on the save, this will get failed because that value is mismatched. So now again, XPath match assertion got failed because I was expecting 2321, but actual is 2328. So we can also count how many number of tags are present in my XML response. So this is a XML match to XML path, XML match assertion to find how many number of tags. So again, let's modify this, and here, if I click on select from current, actual value will be given here. So this is how we can use XPath function. There are so many n number of functions are available in XPath, and you can refer them in my website. And I have shown you that URL also. From this website, you can get them, how we can use XPath functions. All right, so now this is one more assertion. I'm just clicking on save. Now the new assertion will be added. So this is how we can find how many tags present in my XML response. Okay, now, so here I want to verify something else. So for example, in this particular first record, exactly in this location, I want to verify RN Cresswell is there or not. So previously we have created one assertion. In the first assertion, if I think in the second assertion, and I'm capturing the name of the player from the first record, and this name I'm expecting. So this assertion is got passed. So from this XML file, I extracted this name and it is matching with this. So it is passed. So now what is the XPath I'm going to write is, in the XPath itself, I will specify my expected name, my expected team player name, right? So if that expected team player name is present in that particular XPath, that will return true. If that is not present in that XPath, it will return false. So let's see how we can do this. Let me just click on one more assertion and okay, I'll take the same. One second, let me open this. Okay, so let's configure and I copy the same XPath match and just adding another XPath match. Okay, now observe this carefully. So this is XPath match, right? When I click on select from current, which will give you exact name. And now what I want to do, this name I want to specify within XPath itself. So in this XPath, if the name is present, then that will return true. My assertion will return true, or else it will return false. So how we can specify that? So to specify that, whether the name is present or not, here we use one more function called matches. So this is a function, XPath function, matches. The whole thing you can put in the matches function like this. And this is one parameter. So till here to here, this is all which will return the name of the team player. And that name should match with our expected name. So what is our expected name? That we need to put in the double quotations as a second argument. And then close this. So we can use matches function to verify the value which is present in this XPath. So whatever value the XPath is returned, that value is exactly the same as our expected value. We can compare by using matches function. And this will basically return either true or false. If this value is matching, then it returns true. If this value is not matching, then it will return false. When I click on select from current, so it should give you either true or false. Let's try one more time. Yeah. So it is giving true. Now click on save. So this is another type of assertion. So here what basically I'm doing is I'm just extracting the value from this XPath, and that value is exactly the same as our expected value. I'm verifying it. Then click on the save. Then this is another type of XPath match assertion. So here we have used to find the count. We use this such a count function we used, and to check the sName match, we use match functions, matches functions. So far we discussed two functions, two XPath functions. One is count, by which we can count how many number of nodes or tags are available in XML response. By using matches, we can check the value is exactly matching with expected value or not, which will return either true or false. All right, so now I'll write one more XPath. So here I captured this name, right? I just want to verify. Here I'm capturing the name and I'm comparing with this name. And I'll just modify this XPath. So what I'm going to do here is, whatever the name which is returning by this XPath, that name contains only alphabets, only uppercase and lowercase letters. I want to check whether this name contains only alphabets or not. That I want to verify. So for that also we can use matches function. So what I can do is the same matches function, I can just slightly modify it. So here directly I specify the name by which I can compare with the expected and actual. This time, after capturing this name, I will verify this name contains alphabets or not, lowercase letters or alphabet or uppercase characters. So let me just copy the same and let's create one more XPath match, add. Okay, now declare, and here I'm adding the same. And previously it is when I run this, it is returning true, right? So because this XPath we exactly return the name of the team player, same name of the team player. Now I just want to check this team player name contains only alphabets, uppercase letters and lowercase letters. So for that we can write a regular expression. So how we can write a regular expression? To write the regular expression, simply what I can do is I can just remove the name from here. I just remove the name from here. I can say regular expression like this. So the name should contains only alphabets. I'll say bracket inside this. I'll say A to Z. All the name, all the characters from the name contains only alphabets. Either it can be uppercase letters or lowercase letters. Or I can say small a to Z. And it can have multiple characters also. I can say star. So here star representing multiple characters, and those multiple characters should be part of either A to Z alphabet uppercase letters, or it should be part of A to Z lowercase letters. So this is the whole XPath. So this whole expression I have written. So whatever the name which is returning, that should be fall under this category. Now when I run this, so which is also given true, because whatever name this XPath is written, which is fall under exactly A to Z and A to Z, small and uppercase letter, star representing multiple characters. So this is how we can also use matches function. Now click on the save. Now this will add one more assertion. So click on the save. Now it is added one more assertion. Totally 4 assertions we have added. So let us run this test one more time. Just close this window, open my test case, and then run from here. Yeah, so now it is taking some more time to run. So all the except all the assertions got passed, and overall my test case got passed. Right, so now I'll show you one more example. So let's go to the test case one more time. So this time I'll add one more assertion. Suppose there are multiple records in my response. Let's say this is a team player 1 and team player 2, team player 2. There are multiple records we have. So what I want to verify is every team player is having ID, right? Team player ID is there. So what I want to verify here is every team player ID should have only digits, only numbers. Okay, every team player ID should have only numbers. That I want to verify. So for that also we can use matches function. So I'll just slightly change this matches function. Just observe this. So after that, we also done this one, should have alphabets, and same XPath match assertion. I'll try to change for IDs. So IDs contains only digits. So we have seen the name contains only alphabets. Now I'll show you ID contains only numbers, only digits. I'm just taking the same XPath assertion, XPath match assertion. Now go to assertions and click on plus, XPath match, add. Okay, now click on the declare. Now I'm adding same assertion. Now I'll do slide changes. So I'm just capturing the IDs. Instead of sName, I just say m:(I) ID. So what I can do is instead of m:(sName, here I will just change I ID. Okay, so this I ID, and this should be okay. First of all, let me just remove this and see what this is going to return. Okay, so this matches function I'm just removing for now. I'll add this matches function later. So first, this XPath is returning something. We'll see what this will exactly return. So when I say select from current, 1488 is returning. So 1488 is exactly returning. Right, so this is ID. Because I say 1 here, so from the only one team player name 1, it is returning this ID. So this ID contains only digits that I want to verify. So now I'm adding matches function. I'll say matches, put everything in the matches, put everything. This is all one parameter, and the second parameter I need to pass one regular expression. So for that, what I can simply do is I'll say /d, d representing digits. So what this matches function will do now is whatever the value which is returning by this XPath, that value should contains only digits. And if it contains only digits, then it will return true. If it doesn't contains any digits, then it will return false. So now let's run this, select from current, and then it will give you true. That means whatever the ID which is written by this XPath, which is having only digits. So now click on save. Then I have added one more XPath match assertion. So once you add it, let's run our test case. So totally 5 type of XPath assertions I have added. Now let's go to the test case and now execute it. So all 5 XPath assertions are got passed. Okay, so when I click on the test case log, it's not showing anything for now. Okay, so I have just run my test, and which contains all the XPath assertions, and all of them are got passed. So XPath assertions is very, very useful, and we can use this assertion to validate some part of the response. So if you want to validate specific nodes in the response or specific data in my response on exactly in the specific location, especially, then we can use XPath Match assertion in SoapUI, which is very, very important and more useful assertion in SoapUI. Okay, so that's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching.